about a recent trip for street photographers. Kind of a different approach. Usually we think of that term referring to people taking black and white photographs walking down major cities around the world. But this was a trip to Southern California, the part of Southern California that is the desert. And I'm telling you, if you're looking for some photography opportunities, there are many in the area that is called the Coachella Valley, which includes Palm Springs, which lots of people know from its famous history, but also places like the Salton Sea with its nearby Bombay Beach, as well as Salvation Mountain and Slab City. So I took a trip there and wanted you to see kind of the opportunities you have for photography. Many people know Palm Springs for its golf courses and its mid-century architecture, which is actually quite delightful to spend time photographing. But it's the downtown street, if you like street photography, that will give you many opportunities. Architecture, signage, and then the people. But after a bit on the street, it was the Bombay Beach that I was headed to, about an hour and a half to 2 hours south of Palm Springs. This former resort for Hollywood movie stars from the 1940s and 50s is now a ghost town. An almost apocalyptic setting on the shores of the Salton Sea. But if you go there early in the morning, there's lots to photograph. It has become an artist community. People have created all kinds of interesting artworks. And if you're there in the wintertime between January and the end of March, there's displays. Just walking around block after block after block gives you some of these scenes. Yes, people live here. They've also created a variety of artistic representations, kind of on the edge of Western civilization. But if you're thinking, is this it? You just go for the day? No, there's actually a museum and a library, along with a cafe. About 1,000 people live in Bombay Beach these days. And so if you're there during that high season, as I mentioned, January through March, this cafe will be quite crowded. After a couple of hours of visiting Bombay Beach, photographing the landscape, not seeing too many people the time of year I was there, I headed down the road. I was looking for Salvation Mountain.
Salvation Mountain is an development created by a local resident, Leonard Knight, who lived here for about 30 years. It's near a community called Slab City. Leonard created this over 30 years, and at the time of his death in 2014, it had become quite the exhibit. With its quite overt allusions to Christianity, proclaiming a God of love in a landscape that's just barren, near a place called Slab City, which is a place where people have moved since World War II, after an abandoned Marine camp left the desert available for anyone to move there.
But that's constant upkeep.
Nearby Slab City is a curious place where people have moved for long. If you're interested in a book, this one by Matt Stewart, where he moved there for a whole month, lived among the people, that's where you want to go. But I couldn't help, as I departed Slab City, Salvation Mountain, and Bombay Beach, that this strange, optimistic messages of peace be with you and God is love contrasted with this abandonment at the edge of Western civilization. It was, as I said, quite apocalyptic. Mad Max would belong here, but you should go and visit.